Pranam Swamiji. Bhagavan has chosen the word Stri to denote dependence and subjugation, paradhin. Tulsidas ji has also used similar word. Isn't it normal to connect it to woman rather than focusing on the hidden meaning? They could have easily chosen a different word. Or is there a reason to choose this particular word? Thank you, Swamiji, for clarifying. Charan Swamiji.
Okay. Any other word could have taken, and sometimes in scriptures they used other word as well. The word is not so important. Stri, the word Sri Krishna used it. I remember sometimes I had a conversation with a very, very intellectual person. And he was very obsessed with the Gita. And he had so much interest in the Gita. Each scholar of Gita, when he met me and he said, which verse in Bhagavad Gita do you like? And this similar question I had so many times. Which verse in Bhagavad Gita or in chapter do you like? Sometimes I can say this verse is very beautiful, this verse I like. But when I was asked, which verse do you like in Bhagavad Gita, I made a counter question. I said, which verse in Bhagavad Gita you don't like? Which verse in Bhagavad Gita you don't like? Actually, this way, I don't like this verse. No one has courage to say that. In Bhagavad Gita, I don't like this verse. This mantra I don't like. Everyone asks, which verse do you like? But no one asks which verse you don't like. If I would have been asked this verse, this question, which verse do you don't like? Then I said, in Bhagavad Gita, I like every mantra, every verse, every word, every chapter. In Bhagavad Gita, there is no liking and disliking question. If this mantra, Striyo Vaishas Tatha Sudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim, only one person met me. He said, I don't like this verse. I like entire Gita, but this verse I don't like. But why? Why you don't like? Because Sri Krishna is pointing out in this verse, the Stri, the woman, the businessmen, Sudra, they are Papayonaya, they are actually not capable to easily enter into the God's realm. And this mantra becomes so controversial because without its contextual meaning, I would say this is not hidden meaning. This is contextual meaning. Sri Krishna is using here the word like Stri, the woman, like Vishya, the businessman, Ashudra, the worker. What kind wrong they have done? They have done nothing wrong. They are doing their job. And Sri Krishna did not make any classification. Such kind women, such kind Vaishya, such kind Sudra, they are not proper to enter in my realm. Sri Krishna did not make any difference. He simply used the word Stri, Vaishya, Tatha, Sudra. So here, the only meaning is we have to know its contextual meaning. And without them, without the meaning of contextual, it becomes controversial, debatable statement. In what context Sri Krishna is giving this verse? He is not insulting. He just makes some statement. And in this context, we have to look. He was saying that even a person who may be weak by the body, by the mind, who may be attached in the world, who may be attached in the body. Three terms he used. Stri, Vaishya, Shudra. The person who is totally attached with the world, it is a Vaishya. The businessman who always thinks for the money, for the objects, for this and that, never thinks about the self. The Shudra, the person who always thinks about the body, about the body. He thinks objects because of the body. So body is the priority. Objects comes later. See the difference. The Vaishya means the person who thinks about the objects. Body comes later. The Sutra means body is the first, then world comes. But Striya means the personality. The weakness is first. Not bodily weakness, mental weakness. So Sri Krishna is pointing out here, these three are obstacles in life. Mentally weakness, weakness because the body, weakness because the object of the world. These three are obstacles in our life. So here Sri Krishna is giving contextual meaning. Without knowing that contextual meaning, I read only the word, then I can make a debate. I can make a controversy. And then I can say, I don't like this verse. Because Sri Krishna is saying this and this. So, the word is three. The word, another word, synonymous like nari. Any other word can be used. Even Tulsidasi also used. I would like to say about Tulsidas when he was writing the story of the Sabri and Ram. Sabri herself was quoting that I am the Adam te Adam Adam Atinari. So Tulsidas is not saying it. The Stri is the weak. Tulsidas is saying just like you all always say, I am your devotee, I am so weak, I am this, I am your this and that. So Sri Krishna also used the word nari, stri. It does not mean he insulting. It does not mean Sri Krishna does not have any respect. But he is pointing out there are obstacles. In this condition, a person can have such conditions: weakness in the mind, obsessed in the body, attachment in the world. If they also comes to me with the devotion, I will remove all the obstacles. Striyo Vaishas Tatha Sudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim, because there is no possibility. He is pointing out in this condition. If your mind is not supporting you, if your mind is weak, if some person is very obsessed with the object, if some person is very attached to the body, in this condition, liberation is not possible. All scriptures, all religions are saying continuously, always this. If your mind is not supporting, if you are totally obsessed with the body, totally attached with the world, liberation not possible. This is the rule. Sri Krishna is going against saying, if you are in this condition, if someone is in this condition, even though he comes to me, that person will get liberation. So here, Stri means just a personality, not a gender. A personality, he may be a man, a woman. If you feel insecurity, weakness, Sri Krishna respect gopis. Narada said, Yatha Braja Gopinam. He gave the example of the devotee as a gopi. Gopi was the ideal devotee. So Sri Krishna is just pointing out a personality. A personality, three kinds of personality is not suitable for the liberation. Personality because of the fearful, because of the greed, they are not suitable for liberation. Even though Sri Krishna says, if this personality becomes devoted to me, liberation is available for them too. So Stri, Nari, any word can be used. And here is no any hidden meaning, just contextual meaning. Now, next.
Pranam Swamiji. In verse 12, the Lord mentions three different types of devotees. The first type of devotee sees the oneness, ekatva, in all, while the third type of devotees see the cosmic form, that is Lord's presence and all. Is there a difference as they seem the same? Thank you, Swamiji, for clarifying. Charan Sparsh.
Verse number 12. Ekattvena prathaktvena bahuda vishyato mukham. Like
Moghasha Mogha Karmana.
no. The question asked about. Now repeat the question.
Sorry,
Ji,
Swamiji. I'm
Swamiji.
so sorry. I think I
Yes,
got the
Mitra.
verse wrong. Sorry, Swamiji. I got the verse wrong. It's my
Yes,
question
yes.
only. Yes, Swamiji,
Yes.
what you're saying is I've got the verse wrong. So sorry about this, Swamiji. It is the same verse that you are referring to, the Prithak Ten one.
That
That's
is
right,
verse
Swamiji.
15 then.
Then so sorry, Swamiji. That is verse 15.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so sorry.
Okay. एक ज्ञान यज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्ते मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम. That's right. In this verse, Lord Sri Krishna is describing there are three kinds of devotees. One devotee is the Jnani, who sees oneness with the God. One consciousness. Another is number second, the devotee who understands devotee and deity, devotee and Ishtadevata. I am the devotee and this is my God. And third one is Vishyato Mukham, who accepts I am devotee and there are so many gods. Indra, Varuna, Yam, Kuber, Surya, Chandra, Sun, Moon, Earth, water, fire, everything is God. The number first and number third looks very similar. Number second is like you are devotee of the Ram. Ram is your God, your Ishtadevata. So you are different, your God is different. But in number first and number third looks very similar because both are understands oneness is one. But yes, there is a difference. There is a difference because the Jnani, the number one devotee who understands there is a one consciousness, including myself, within and without, everywhere same consciousness, ekamev advitiyam, nehana nasti kinchana. So without name, without form, one consciousness is. This is the thinking of the number one. Number third, things like the consciousness is everywhere. But with the form, in the earth, there is consciousness. But earth is also there. Water is also there. In water is consciousness. Sun is there. Moon is there. Everything is there, but with consciousness. Consciousness is abiding, residing everywhere. So, like Ganesha is also God, Surya, Sun, Vishnu, Kuber, Yam. So there are so many gods, and everywhere God is residing. So consciousness is everywhere, but with the form. Number one, the Jnani sees, understands nothing, just one consciousness is in both ways, within and without. Only consciousness. Sun is only consciousness. The third one understands that sun is there. In sun, there is consciousness. Earth is there, but in earth, there is consciousness. Fire is there is a God fire, God water, God earth. So the difference is consciousness is everywhere, but with form. So duality is there. But in number one, there is no duality. Okay, now next.
Question 3.
Yes.
Pranam Swamiji. In Shloka 19, Bhagavan Shri Krishna states that I am Sat, truth, as well as Asat, untruth. Earlier in chapter 2, Shlok 16, Bhagavan Shri Krishna states, Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Kindly explain the nature of truth and untruth in view of the above. How do we find and merge into this ultimate truth, Sat Chit Ananda Brahman? Please guide us, Swamiji, Charan Sparsh.
Okay. In chapter 2, when Sri Krishna was saying, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Ubhayorapi drishto antastadarshibhi. In this verse, as I stated some time before, contextual meaning. Word may be same. Meaning also is same. But because of some context, its nature changes totally. One meaning is word meaning. Another meaning is contextual meaning. In Numbers chapter, when was going on second, Sri Krishna says, Arjun, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. Sat means reality. Asat means unreality. Sat is permanent. Asat is never existence. So Sri Krishna is saying here, Nasato vidyate bhavo. If there is a reality, it is, it was, it will be. In 3 periods of time. Sat means absolute truth. Asat means absolute unreality. Absolute. It was, it is, it will be. Nasato vidyate abhavo. Abhava means non-existence. So Sat is always. Asat means never. And he says, you have to know this reality. You have to understand this principle. Here, Sri Krishna is saying that Sad asatcha aham Arjuna. Arjuna, I am the reality, I am the unreality. So difference is, in number second, Sri Krishna is saying, there is no any unreality, any time. You may be in wrong vision, but the object was not real. Here Sri Krishna is saying, if you understand there is reality and there is unreality, like here when you are seeing a reflection in your mirror. In this subject, if you understand there is a one original form, another is a reflection in the mirror. And when I understand both are there, I am also there and my reflection also there. If you understand that, so let me clear these points. In number second, Sri Krishna says, you are there always, but your reflection is not real, never. It was not, it is not, it will be not. You are. You are with the reflection, you are without reflection. You are with the reflection, you are without reflection. But if you understand that, there is two entities. There are two entities. One is my reflection and another is me. Then Sri Krishna says, I am the both. Sad Asat. You are the Sat, your reflection is Asat. So I am both. If you understand that I am only, there is no reflection, it is a concept about the chapter number second. If you understand that I am also there, my reflection also there, then Sri Krishna says, I am both. Sat asatcha evacha. If you understand only consciousness is there, it's okay. If you understand consciousness is there, but as well as world is also there, then Sri Krishna would say, I am the consciousness, I am world as well as. Sad asatcha aham Arjuna. Now next.
Question 4. Pranam Swamiji. In verse 22, why does the Lord need to reassure a devotee who is so evolved that he worships him as Ananya, as all-pervading? A devotee at that level would not be even worried for anything. Thank you, Swamiji, for clarifying. Charan Spash.
Okay. Very beautiful verse. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesam nityabhiyuktanam yogakshema vahamyam. Sri Krishna is ready to give, to grant whatever you are lacking, and he is ready to protect your whatever you have. Yes, such a devotee never thinks of objective world. Ananya means, for that devotee, there is no other. No other. So thinking about the world, thinking about the object, it is not possible. He can think of only for the God. He always thinks about the God, not for the objects. But what happens? If you think only for God, then God will think only for you. How to maintain your all necessaries? If you are thinking about your all worldly objects, all our worldly needs, then God says, yes, you think you manage yourself. If you think only the God, Ananya, if someone thinks only for the God, then God thinks only for that person. If there is something needed, God will manage. If something lacks, God will manage. Yes, the person, the level of, in this level, he will never think, that devotee will never think about the worldly object. Here Sri Krishna is making promise. Not for that person, he knows. Such devotee never thinks about the world, but he is making promise to encourage us, to give this assurance, the devotees who are living in lower level. For them, Sri Krishna is making such a statement. The devotee who thinks about the God, the devotee who thinks about the world. These devotees are not Ananya. They sometimes thinks God is, and sometimes thinks doctor is also. Insurance company is also. We believe in insurance company, we believe hospital, we believe in medicine, we believe our security totally. But the devotee who believes God is there, yes, God is there, but I cannot be dependent only the God. So I have to make some optional worldly support I need. I need worldly support, so God will help us, yes, but I need as well as world support. I need doctor, I need hospital, I need medicine, I need money, I need this and that, so many things. So God is making promises for them. God, Sri Krishna says, listen to me. He is not making any promise to the Jnani. He knows that. Jnani is absolute, above the world. He is making promise to them who has in halfway, who is going in halfway. Sometimes Sri Krishna is there, sometimes your power also there. Your word is also there. So Sri Krishna is saying, by this promise, don't worry. He is giving assurance, don't worry. If you think totally about me, I will take care of all your things. And now, next.
Last but not the least question 5. Pranam Swamiji. For bhakti, there's a devotee and there is an ishta, which has a name and form. I'm finding it difficult to understand bhakti for nirgun nirakar. That is possible only after self-realization. Is Bhagwan talking about a self-realized jnani who is bhakta? Thank you, Swamiji, for clarifying. Charan Spas Swamiji.
Okay. When we were studying Vivek Chudamani, and in this text, a definition comes about bhakti. What is the bhakti? Shankaracharya wrote, Swasarupānusandhānam bhakti ritya vidhiyata. What the definition of the bhakti, according to Shankaracharya, he says, your self-study is the bhakti, devotion. The realm of the devotion is very big. Sri Krishna also described there are 4 categories of devotees. Jnani also devotee. Artharthi, Jigyasu, Arth, and Jnani. So Sri Krishna is describing all 4 categories of devotees. Even Jnani also devotee. And in that category, in Jnani, Sri Krishna takes especially some words. Yes, the devotion of any deity who is with form is easy, more easier. If you are worshipping Lord Ganesha with the form, easier for us. Lord Shiva, Vishnu, any other. So with the form, you feel some itchiness. But if you see in the world, there are so many religions. They also worshipping the God, and that concept of their concept of God is formless. Like Christian, Islam, Sikh, and so many religions. They don't have concept of God with the form. And they worship. Yes, there is a difficulty. There is a difficulty. Because we are obsessed with the form. When we will read chapter 12, this subject will come. Lord Sri Krishna will describe himself. Because we are very, very attached with the object, with the form. And when we think about the consciousness without form, it becomes difficult. So that is why the procedure of the devotion says we should start from the form. Slowly, 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 slowly. This form will disappear automatic. It will melt. But in devotion, we have to start it with the form. Slowly, slowly see its path's beauty. See the beauty of this devotion path? You start with the form, and when your mental condition becomes strong, the form automatically will melt. and there would be only consciousness. So yes, it is difficult if I am not ready to go beyond the form. It is difficult, but this is the path. We have to start it with the form. Automatically, this condition will come, and you can worship God without any form. So I think so all questions have been taken. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashikritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Isharo Gururatmiti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vada Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudira Om Shanti